We've reached the halfway point of MobLand, a show that picks its next episode like it's picking out of a hat. With Season 1, Episode 6, Antwerp Blues, we might as well do a little housekeeping. Where are we? Who's dead? And why would anyone ever call Pierce Brosnan's character Conrad the Dread? The answers are roughly nowhere new, a handful of nobodies, and I have no clue. MobLand continues to avoid getting to the point, even though Episode 6 is an improvement over Episode 5. There is a story here, but it is so obscured by so many abandoned plot points that I hardly notice it. How did the rat fare? What became of Archie's body? What is happening with the undercover acquaintance of Jan, Joe and Froggatt? The French man with Bella, Laura Pulver, was who? Why is Kevin's, Paddy Considine, prison guard so cruel? When I'm watching it live, why does Maeve, Helen Mirren, have to explain what Brendan, Daniel Betts, and Serafina, Mondeep Dillon are doing? There are two types of storytelling, taking your time and not knowing where your story is headed. Characters in MobLand frequently act without considering the consequences of their actions. Although Maeve's expression implies he is covering for her, Conrad claims in this episode that he ordered the hit on Vron Stevenson, Annie Cooper. I don't understand why he keeps siding with his wife, but as Harry Tom Hardy puts it, it doesn't matter. There's no way to bring Vron back to life. It's war. Even if Tommy Stevenson's Felix Edwards' death in Episode 2 could have led to this identical situation, at least we have something to work with now, right?
No.
We switch storylines once more just as things are becoming interesting and Brosnan finally shows off his acting abilities in a scene with Considine, who is still MobLand's best character. The acquisition of diamonds by Serafina and Brendan is the subject of this episode. When the narratives are unrelated, this frenzied storytelling technique is ineffective. While Kevin and Harry debate if Conrad's empire is collapsing, Bella and Jan talk about how difficult it is to be a mafia wife. Cutting these scenes up into manageable chunks doesn't conceal the reality that nothing is actually happening in them, and they aren't related either structurally or conceptually. The uneasy relationship between Bella and Jan is no longer discussed, and we don't learn anything new about the Harrigans. Perhaps they are no longer as potent as they once were. When there is no connection between the narratives, this frenzied storytelling technique is ineffective. Bella and Jan talk about the difficulties of being mob wives, and Kevin and Harry debate whether Conrad's empire is in danger of collapsing. There is no thematic or structural connection between these scenes, and breaking them up into manageable chunks doesn't make it any less obvious that nothing is actually happening in them. Not only do we not learn anything new about the Harrigans, but we also no longer hear about Bella and Jan's uneasy connection. They may not be as powerful now as they once were. As we follow Serafina and Brendan, who seem like supporting characters that were inadvertently brought into the main ensemble, the jumping about slows down. Before Richie finds out that his children are not in hiding, Conrad sends Harry, who has virtually nothing to do in Antwerp Blues Episode 6, out to get them. Maeve then calls Richie and provides him with their whereabouts. For more videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.